Hey guys, it's me, Bren, and I'm out here in my garden. It actually cooled off really nice today. It's Sunday and it got pretty humid. Yesterday I had a super fun time. I went on my first ever Daylily Tour. It's really cool, and I'm gonna share a little bit about that with you today. One of the really cool things about the tour was a couple of the stops, two stops that I went to on, I think there were like 8 of them. And they have a website and everything. I'll share the link with you. And of course, you'll find this information on my blog at brenhaas.com. Isn't this one cool? I went ahead and I cut this off. This is one of them that my husband and I picked out. Well, my husband actually picked this out. And so I said, well, we got to get that one because it stood out to him. And I just had so much fun. It was really fun. My husband, I do drag him through a lot of garden centers. But actually he has fun. He likes looking at the trees. And of course, most of the garden centers in my area are also farmers markets. So he has fun getting, fun fruit and vegetables and things like that. But this tour was pretty cool. He came along with me, and he was quite a trooper, actually. I had a lot of fun. I caught him talking to some of the garden owners and stuff. It was neat. And we actually learned a lot about daylilies, which is really cool because they're kind of my love this year. I've been spending a lot of time watching my new daylilies open up that I was gifted from another gardener, and thinking about how I might want to change a few of my gardens here because daylilies are just amazing. They're so easy to take care of and they're so pretty. Isn't this one cool? So I keep waving this one at you. I clipped it off.
This one is a spider variety, and it is called Creature of the Night, and it really stood out at the Daylily farm.
When you order, or when you're at a garden center that dig the daylilies, at least the ones I went to, they dig up a couple of fans of the variety that you want. If you're lucky, you'll get a bloom on it like this. So what I'm going to do is, one of the gardeners told me that, one of the daylily farmers or home gardeners told me that if I chop this off, chances are, like say this one will probably bloom, and maybe this one. Do you hear that? I hope you can hear that. The cicadas are out already. I know when I was a little kid, I used to panic when you'd hear that, because you know what that means? If you grew up in the north, when you hear the cicada in the summer, it means summer is almost over and school's gonna start soon. But as an adult now, I just remember those days, and they're cool little bugs. So I hope you can hear that. Anyhow, here's the pamphlet. When you go to this Daylily farm, McClellands Daylily farm, you get one of these little books, and you go through, well, you can go through it, and it's got all the daylilies he has available listed. It tells you if it's an early bloomer or late bloomer. It tells you the height of the daylily, the price, of course, and it tells you if it's fragrant or not. The two that we picked out were Creature of the Night, ooh, which I see, oh, it doesn't show if it's a rebloomer. I'll have to look that one up. And Green Inferno. Oh, cool, that's a rebloomer. My cuts are kind of small, so, well, I just say they're small because when I usually get cuts from my sister-in-law or friends of mine, they're huge clumps. So that's kind of cool. If you have a friend who needs to divide some daylilies, usually you can get lucky. But this was cool. I mean, because these are pretty unique daylilies. He's got quite a few that are brand new. This new variety called Shark's Tooth, I think it's called, yeah. Anyhow, blah, blah, blah. All right, so you take your pamphlet, and as you go through, you'll see daylilies, and I circled the ones that I liked, and then I put this little blob next to the ones I wanted to purchase. And what happens is the owner or whoever's available actually goes out. I was watching Keith do it. He's the owner of the property there in the farm, and he'd go out and he's got his nice shovel with him, and he dug up a clump, And while me and my husband were touring his beautiful garden on the property there, beautiful hostas, and I loved his water feature. It was the coolest pond. While we were kind of touring around his garden, they were digging up our daylilies and getting them ready for us to take home. And it was a cool experience.
Here are the two daylily varieties that my husband and I purchased at McClellands Daylilies. They're so pretty. I'm so excited about them. Isn't this a gorgeous spider variety? I went ahead and cut this off. I'm actually going to cut a little bit more off the stem, and hopefully a couple of those blooms might still open up and we can enjoy them indoors. Now, I knew I was not going to be able to get to planting this yesterday when I purchased it, so I went ahead and put some water in the bottom of the bag and kept them in my cool garage until I'm ready to start working with them. Now this right here, this is a fan. They call it the fan of the daylily. And I'm going to cut this off about 6 to 8 inches from the bottom roots. Just so when it gets planted, the energy can go into the roots rather than trying to keep that green doing well. So just go ahead and cut that off with a nice sharp pair of pruners. These are my old pruners, but they work. There we go. This cut looks really nice. I'm just going to go ahead and cut off a few of the dead branches that are on here. I'm going to use this container of mine to pot it up, just like you would find at a garden center. I'm putting these in containers like this because I'm still trying to decide where I want to put my new varieties of daylily. So I'm just going to keep these nice and watered up in my little nursery area where I have other perennials. I made up a little tag using my label maker. I highly recommend getting a label maker and buying some of these metal tags. They work great. I'm using a good potting soil and just putting enough in there as if it was planted in the ground. And I'm going to keep this watered. It's kind of dry right now in my garden, so I don't mind babysitting it till I decide where I'm going to plant.
I got a panover. Check out Oliver's corn. It's getting so tall. I hope if you don't know what I'm talking about, you have to watch one of my other videos. I actually shared a video about my puppy, Oliver, who's 9 months. He just turned 9 months a few days ago. He planted the corn here and it's huge. It's almost 4.5, almost 5 feet tall. So that's pretty cool. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed my video today. If you're interested in finding out more, please click over to my website. It should be right here at brenhaas.com. And right there, I share all the different things I'm growing, the Daylily Tour, and all kinds of other creative things. So be sure to leave me a message, and I'll see you next time. Get out in the garden.